recently, conservative columnist Jennifer Rubin with the Washington Post actually pretty much nailed with complete accuracy what Donald Trump is doing to the Republican Party. And of course, the short answer is he's destroying it. But the longer, more drawn-out answer that she talks about is he's destroying it in the same way he destroyed his businesses. You know, casinos, the Trump University, the Trump Airlines, the Trump Steaks. It's all about, as Ruben puts it, the grift. How to get the most possible money out of individuals while giving them an inferior product. Essentially not giving people what they paid for. And if that doesn't sum up Donald Trump perfectly, then I don't know what does. Now, I don't agree with Jennifer Rubin pretty much on anything, but I think she really hit the nail on the head here because that's exactly what's happening with Donald Trump. And if you do think about the businesses that went bankrupt, it is because of that. Like Trump University's fantastic example. Forced people to pay tons and tons and tons of money for something that's totally useless. Doesn't that kind of sound like his campaign? Doesn't that sound like the grift he's pulling on the Republican Party right now by telling people don't give your money to the GOP, instead send it to my political action committee and I will totally spend it the way that it should be spent, not on, as he put it, the rhinos and fools. It's all a big con, and the con is getting more, I guess, just transparent every week. the example I just gave last week when he says, don't give money to the Republican Party, give it to me. That is so blatantly obvious. Like anybody who's not a member of the cult totally understands exactly what that man is doing here. And he doesn't care. And honestly, a lot of the people giving money aren't going to care because they still refuse to believe it. They saw it in action for 4 years. But because he was such a good salesman for these individuals, they refused to acknowledge the reality that they all got taken. Because that is exactly what happened. And the grift isn't ever going to stop. I mean, this is how Donald Trump has essentially run his empire forever. It's all about the grift. Take, and only give when you absolutely have to show them that they paid for something, I guess. But politics is not business. Politics doesn't work the same. And Donald Trump very quickly is finding that out. He knew it through the 4 years, but he was able to cover it up, but now he can't. He lost his big voice on Twitter. That was his major selling point. Now he's reduced to issuing these idiotic statements that unfortunately people are still sharing on Twitter. I wish they would stop that. Let's not amplify those, but the grift is getting more difficult. And he's having to get more creative. And I do believe to an extent he is going to be successful with it. And that is exactly what's going to take down the GOP. Midterms, I know we don't want to think about that. We don't want to talk about it coming off the 2020 election, but they really are right around the corner, folks. We're going to start having people declaring. We already have people raising money and launching campaigns. Because everybody's always thinking ahead. And on the Republican side, if the RNC does not have the money to fund their candidates, to fund any kind of, challengers to Democratic seats because all that money went to Trump and he's spending it however he wants to, then yeah, that's absolutely going to destroy the Republican Party. And as I always like to say, they absolutely deserve it.